So this is a spur of the moment video, but we have such a cool product. I am just so stoked with everything that the team is able to accomplish. And it starts from being able to brand your own company account. So this is BIM Their Architects, and they have set up different project workspaces. So you can have your project grouped based on the type of project, or maybe a workspace for an owner. And then let's simply just create a new project. And I don't even care about spelling. I'm so excited. You would invite your team, so you'd build all of your teams and your logos so that you don't have to then put that into a document, and everyone manages their own details, their own contact details. You can group all of the cool tools that you use. So if you've got a YouTube channel that you explain things on, or you use Zoom to do your video calling, you use Procore and BIM 360, you can put your specific links in here so that team members can get access in one simple place, one simple location. Build things like your project details so that that completes and everyone knows exactly where and which project they're working on. And then let's go to the plan. We can create content on our own, but using templates is much quicker. And all of the templates in the template library, extensive and continuing to improve. They are in different languages as well, even now. This is just an example project that we might want to drag in, for example, a category and create us in this untitled plan. Well, that untitled plan could be, it could be anything. It could be the the exchange information requirements. So an EIR, for example. We might also have one in here for a BIM execution plan. Maybe we would like to have contract clauses as another one. So as we create these, you can see now we've got different tabs for the different documents that we are creating. And in our BIM execution plan, we might want to have some information about the ISO principles. So core principles inside of the ISO 19650, and all about the BIM uses that we are going to work on this project. And the fact that we really care about open file formats, and maybe some of the contract details at the bottom. So as I drag these in, this is creating us our BIM execution plan all the way through to the signature block on the bottom, because this really should be a contractual document. Then we can have some contract clauses, and we can edit all of this information in the browser. We can add all of the maybe video details to explain the steps that are going on in our project. And when we go through this process, we'll actually add comments. Things like, did you get this done? And no BIM execution plan is complete without having a scope as well. So the scope, again, let's look at using templates because it makes our lives easier. I can simply use the content on the left-hand side and drag it into. I can create my package of work, whether it's a requirement in 2D and 3D, how coordinated do we want it, what other pieces of that puzzle do we need, who is assigned to. Maybe I can assign an owner of myself. I'm the only one on the project at the moment, but I can invite all of the teams so that they get access to it as well. But we might have done this before. So how about using a template and making this easy? And I can simply say what BIM uses are important on this project, what pieces of that history or that template would we like to import, and then by dragging and dropping a folder of work, so these are folders full of that content. Now, not only have I created all of my BIM uses, but also all of my requirements down to any information requirements. Maybe let me close that up and let's bring in something maybe with some information requirements. So the mechanical, let's drop in the mechanical scope for those same BIM uses. And we will see all of the elements required, who's responsible for those elements. Maybe there's even checklist items on these as well. So let's take a look. For example, maybe there's a handover required here for these HVAC air supply terminals. You can see the information required, all of these, and maybe there are checklist items. So do this and this. Maybe we can describe what that detail is. Everything is tracked, everything's controlled. Now we've got teams in the project because they were brought in from the import. And this is a way of packaging all of these requirements in a container. That container of requirements is also seen in the schedule, in the program, in the schedule, in the sequence. So if we go to that 3D coordination and have that same task that we have, so it was mechanical engineer that was responsible, it's going to be a 23-day task. And we can see all of the pieces. Okay, so we were working on the handover. let's work on the same milestone. So we can now see all of those pieces, if I open this up, for these, and they are in the same container. This is a container of requirements. That same container of requirements, if we go to the track page, is also here. So teams don't have to worry about and take a long time to update progress. They can simply say, this one, yes, I've worked on these things that I needed to do, I was responsible for, and now I'm going to simply change the status of that task by dragging and dropping it. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that they did it. So how do you do that? Well, you connect with a partner, BIM 360 from Autodesk, to bring in your models and validate that they meet those requirements. Or you drag and drop a model, one of nearly 80 different formats, something like 80 different formats, 81 different formats that you can use. And once you do that, you can validate that people have met those requirements. Probably before you do that step, you're going to want to document those. And we can very quickly create a cover page, headers and footers, the team page and the plan, and also the scope that we've created, and create a contract for this. Simply printing that, it now becomes a PDF. It collects all of the pieces from the plan, the scope, and the details that you are contracting for into one container, which is a PDF container. We love containers. And opening that container of requirements up as a contract, you can see it's all nicely formatted. Everyone's contact details would be here. This is the EIR, understanding how to satisfy the client, understanding everything from the core principles that we imported in. And if we scroll to the bottom here, we'll also include the scope. So here now we can see these are the milestones. These are the this is the coordination milestone. These are the requirements from an element basis and geometry basis, and we can also see all of the important information requirements as well. If we scroll down for maybe the handover, here we can see. So for example here, the mechanical distribution, these components need these elements need these. Let's look at the top. The material, the warranty, the start date, etc. These are requirements for our contract. And in that simple workflow, we have a project established with all of the teams and team members. We have their plan from whether it's employer or exchange information requirements, BIM execution plans, or just your project plan, doesn't matter, contract clauses, everything that's required in the scope, down to the element, the information, the checklists that are required, who is responsible for it, at what point in time as well. Maybe there's a requirement, so let's look at the handover and say the handover must occur before these dates or at this point in time, so we can define that. Then going through the schedule, understanding exactly what the tasks are, whether there are dependencies from and between each task, simply updating in the track page by dragging and dropping, verifying, hey, let's just connect something in here as well. So in BIM 360, let's connect. I'm going to authorize my account and connect this so that I can pull in a model. I see my projects, my files, and I can grab a file from here. Let's grab a file, a building, and this will load in our model to make sure that we have what we are requiring. So this project, actually, I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to show this project, so maybe this project is going to be, it's going to be grayed out, it's going to be blurred out. So there you have it. Apologies, I picked the wrong model, not a demo model, something that we're working on with another customer, so not something that we can share. But That whole workflow from creating from templates to generate a BIM execution plan, a contract with your specifications, your requirements, all wrapped into those tabs in the same place, the scope that you're asking for, you're working with others, collaborating on, using your templates tied to BIM uses, then tracking those tasks through the sequence in the schedule, and then the status in the track page, and then being able to load your models, either drag and drop in the browser or be able to connect to your BIM 360 models directly. I just wanted to share with you the workflow because it's an amazing credit to the team, and I just wanted to be able to give kudos. So thank you, team. And another big milestone for us yesterday, we blew through the 20,000 users on the platform. So thank you to our users that keep providing us the fantastic feedback as we grow the platform for you and with you.